everyone, my name is Tarun Venkataraman, and you all know me also by the name of Draco Blaze Chronicles, and welcome back to my channel. This is my second video. Today I will be reacting to a woman called Lily J. Now Lily J is a Islamic convert from the UK and also an Islamist and Islamic activist who tries to use in her YouTube channel all kinds of points, especially Christianity and the Bible and Muhammad being the Bible and all that stuff, and of course ChatGPT again, to prove that Islam is the one true religion and Muhammad is the final prophet and all that stuff, yada yada yada. So today I will be reacting to her video using Hinduism and our Kalki Purana, wherein she tries to prove that Kalki and Muhammad are the same. So Kalki avatar is the final of the 10 avatars who will come at the end of the age of Kali Yuga to kill all the evil and bring back the age of Satyuga. There's 4 yugas: Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, each more evil than the previous one. Satyuga the most righteous and good one, where there's mostly only goodness. Treta Yuga, where goodness comes a little bit down and evil comes in a little bit, but there's still mostly goodness. Dwapara Yuga, where there's kind of half good, half evil kind of scenario. And then finally comes the modern age, or the age we're currently living in, as per the scriptures, the age of Kali Yuga, which is the age of evil and suffering and you can name it. And at the end of the Kali Yuga, the world will be full of just evil and suffering, and there'll be practically no goodness left. During this time, it is said that Lord Kalki will come, destroy all the evil, and bring back the age of Satyuga. Okay, and then the cycle will continue. So there was 4. It is said that the Dashavatars were 10 avatars born, or incarnations of Lord Vishnu born on earth to destroy evil. An incarnation or a form, Lord Vishnu's soul taking a big divine portion of himself and putting into the body of a human being or another living being that would be another form of his and his soul, and that would do its own work and stuff. So when you're described as an incarnation of Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, or any other gods, your soul is a portion of theirs, meant that is a huge divine connection towards them, more than other human beings. And you were born on the earth for a purpose by them. There is 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu, at least 10 major avatars of Lord Vishnu, as per Hinduism. The 4 in the age of Satyuga were the Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, and Narasimha. And then came the 3 in the Treta Yuga, Vamana, Parshurama, and Sri Rama. And then finally came in Dwapara Yuga, Krishna and Balarama. And then finally comes Kalki Avatar in the end of the Kali Yuga. However, some people believe that not Balarama, instead Buddha, Gautam Buddha is the avatar of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, that's Balarama or Buddha, which one is it? People don't know. That's in debate. However, everyone does believe in the first 7 avatars to be the 7 avatars, and Lord Krishna is certainly an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, they all agree. And in the Dashavatars, they all agree that the last one will be Kalki. Just now, some people like Zakir Naik and Lily J are trying to prove that this Kalki Avatar and Prophet Muhammad are basically the exact same. So I will be showing how Zakir Naik had actually made these exact same arguments before, and how Lily J is just making them again. So welcome to the video, and well, let us just start.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. What are the Kalki scriptures in Hinduism? According to Hinduism, the Kalki scriptures are the prophecies of the final savior called the Kalki Avatar. This savior will restore righteousness, destroy evil, and bring a new era of truth. That's interesting. I wonder who this could be. According to the prophecies, Kalki's father will be named Vishnu Yasha, which translates to servant of God, and his mother's name will be Sumati, which means peaceful. Wait a minute. Prophet Muhammad's father's name was Abdullah, which translates exactly to servant of God, and his mother's name was Amina, which means peace as well. Wow, what? Really? Well, that could be a coincidence. The Kalki is believed to be a powerful leader and warrior. Well, Prophet Muhammad was a leader and a warrior too. It also says Kalki will be trained by a sage, which is a spiritual guide, who gives him divine knowledge. Prophet Muhammad was guided by Angel Gabriel, who revealed the Quran to him through divine scriptures. Well, okay. What about this? Kalki is described by riding a white horse. Explain that. Isn't there a story about Prophet Muhammad riding a white-winged horse during the Ascension? There's so many similarities here. Is this a coincidence, guys?
Oh man, I don't even think I can know where to start on just how crazy this is. Like, this kind of logic that people's names, his parents' names are, their parents' names are have similar meanings, and they both have a white horse, which, by the way, so will Jesus Christ in Revelation according to the Bible, and so will Soshant or someone like that in the Zoroastrian texts at the end of the world in Zoroastrianism, both which have actually a lot more similarities, actual genuine similarities, to why they both have white horses and have a sword to Kalki Avatar, because unlike the Prophet Muhammad, even Soshant and the second coming of Christ will actually have the exact same purpose for having a sword and for having a white horse that the Kalki Avatar, Bhagwan Kalki, will have according to the Hindu scriptures at the end times of Kali Yuga. So it makes more similarities to believe they're the exact same than that Prophet Muhammad and Kalki Bhagwan are the exact same. But this kind of logic is just brilliant. I don't know who could think of something like this. And you know what the best part about this is? It's not just Lily J. Zakir Naik has used the exact same arguments, at least most of it has already been made before by Zakir Naik to prove that Kalki and Muhammad are basically the same. These exact same arguments were actually rebutted by a group of this one ISKCON orientated, Hindi language orientated, basically a Hindu, or not really a Hindutva activist, but mostly Hindu apologetics and Hindutva apologetics, kind of like a YouTube channel called Shikshartakam. One of their main men, named Deep Jaiswal, had already debunked the arguments made by Zakir Naik, which were exactly like this one. A link to that video will be in the description below where he does it, and link to the Shikshartakam channel will also be in the description below. You guys should check out their channel. It's really amazing. They make wonderful content and really describe Hinduism in a very well way. But back to this topic, I will also like to show you guys how Zakir Naik makes these arguments. So basically, well, here you go. Zakir Naik as well in his video.
हम भविष्यवाणी मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की जिक्र करेंगे हिंदू धर्म की किताबों में तो सारा दिन भी कम लगेगा। और मैंने एक तकरीर की, मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का जिक्र, मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की भविष्यवाणी हिंदू धर्म की किताबों में, वो कसट अगर आप देखेंगे उसके अंदर और तफसील से बात किया हूं मैं, पूरी बात नहीं किया, तकरीर इतनी लंबी नहीं हो सकती, लेकिन और तफसील से बात किया हूं। वक्त की किल्लत, वक्त की कमी होने की वजह से और एक भविष्यवाणी का जिक्र करूंगा मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के बारे में हिंदू धर्म की किताब में, वो है कल की अवतार के बारे में। कल की अवतार का जिक्र है भागवत पुराण में खंड 12 अध्याय 2 श्लोका 18 से 20 तक के, जिसमें लिखा हुआ है वो विष्णु याश के घर में पैदा होगा, जो एक नेक ब्राह्मण है, संभाला गांव का सरदार, और उसका नाम होगा कल्कि। उसको 8 गुण दिए जाएंगे, उसको दिया जाएगा एक सफेद घोड़ा, और उसके हाथ में होगा, सीधे हाथ में एक तलवार, और वो लोगों को सच्चाई दिखाएगा, अंधकार से लेके आएगा रोशनी तक। आगे लिखा हुआ है भगवत पुराण में खंड 1 अध्याय 3 श्लोका 25 में, कल युग में जब राजा चोर जैसा बर्ताव करेंगे, उस वक्त विष्णु याश के घर में कल्कि पैदा होगा। कल्कि अवतार का जिक्र कल्कि पुराना में भी है। पाठ नंबर 2 श्लोका नंबर 4 में लिखा है, कल्कि पैदा होगा विष्णु याश के घर में, संभाला देश में, संभाला गांव में। कल्कि पुराना पाठ 2 श्लोक नंबर 5 में लिखा है, उसके 4 दोस्त होंगे और वो उसकी मदद करेंगे दुश्मन से लड़ने के लिए। कल्कि पुराना पाठ नंबर 2 श्लोक नंबर 7 में जिक्र आता है, जंग के मैदान में देवता उनकी मदद करेंगे। कल्कि पुराना पाठ 2 श्लोक नंबर 11 में लिखा है, यह पैदा होगा विष्णु याश के घर में सुमति की पेट में। कल्कि पुराना पाठ नंबर 2 श्लोक नंबर 15 में लिखा है, यह कल्कि अवतार पैदा होगा 12वीं तारीख माधव महीने की। वक्त की कमी होने की वजह से।
So that was the great medical doctor Zakir Naik in one of his very first videos, wherein he's trying to prove that Kalki Avatar and Prophet Muhammad are pretty much the exact same. So for all of you who don't understand Hindi or Urdu, he basically was saying that if you will try to find evidence of the Prophet Muhammad in the Hindu scriptures, specifically the Bhagavad Purana, it will take more than just one day for us to speak about it, if you want to talk about that evidence. He's just so confident that there's so much evidence for the existence of his prophet in our Hindu scriptures. This is because he is very assured that our Bhagwan Kalki and his prophet Muhammad are the exact same. So he basically is trying to prove almost the exact same point as you know who, Lily J. And he basically cites out some sources that he just wants to showcase, with Sumati being the mother of, what's his name again, Bhagwan Kalki, and Vishnu Yash being his father. Therefore, therefore Bhagwan Kalki is Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad will ride on a sword. He will have a sword, rides on a horse, has a sword, and he will bring the goodness back. And according to Zakir Naik, the one who's going to bring goodness back is Prophet Muhammad. Now we all know that a person without goodness himself can't exactly bring goodness back. And I don't think I want to get into trouble with authorities, so I don't think I want to get into much more description right now. I mean, I know I won't too much, but I think it's just because I'm a small channel. I don't think I'll speak too much about kind of what we all know about exactly how the great prophet was. But anyway, here's another clip where he tries to prove that Prophet Muhammad and Kalki Avatar are the same. This time it's in pure English, there's no Hindi or Urdu.
In the Bhagavad Purana, Khand 12, Adhyay 2, Shlokas 18 to 20, it says that he will be born in house of Vishnu Yas, a noble-souled Brahmin who is the chief of the village of Sambhala, and he will be called as the Kalki. Mantra number 19 and 20 says that he will be the supreme lord of the worlds. He will be given supernal knowledge and character, and will be given 8 special characteristics, 8 special qualities. He will be given a steed, a horse, by the angels, and he will ride a horse carrying a sword in his hand, and he will defeat the enemies and will be helped by the angels. Same Kalki avatar is even mentioned in the Kalki Purana in chapter number 2, verse number 4, which says that he will be born in the house of Vishnu Yas. Kalki Purana, chapter number 2, verse number 5 says, he will be helped by 4 companions in spreading his religion. Kalki Purana, chapter number 2, verse number 7, it says that he'll be helped by the angels in the battlefield. Kalki Purana, chapter number 2, verse number 11 says that he will be born in the house of Vishnu Yas in the womb of Sumati.
Angels? Where does it say angels? There's no concept of angels in Dharmic religions or Indo-European religions. Those are a very, very Abrahamic, monotheistic concept. Because, of course, the Abrahamic religions are all very highly, strictly monotheistic religions. Therefore, they do not believe in any more gods than one. Therefore, unlike the traditional Indo-European religions, wherein the heavens or whichever is the land of the up high, the land where people go to after death when they're nice, who are very righteous beings, where the righteous beings live more than the people of this planet or this earth. Those usually were populated by gods, other deities. Either the Olympian gods or the gods of Valhalla or the gods of Asgard. Sorry, I mixed up Asgard and Valhalla. The gods of the heavens, basically, or the gods of Devaloka within Hinduism. Okay? But in Christianity and Islam and Judaism, they don't like to call the beings that live in the heavens as gods. That seems pagan and polytheistic to them. Of course, and they don't believe in that to be polytheism. They believe that to be polytheism, I meant to say. And therefore, they don't have the concept of calling them gods. Therefore, beings that live in the heavens that are not God himself are known as angels. We don't have that in Hinduism. So the idea that he will be helped by the angels doesn't make sense. It does not show up at all. And him being born in let's just say the house of Vishnu Yas again, with Abdullah is the name of Allah, or the father of Muhammad, Abdullah. So that's why they both think this way, but that doesn't really make sense. Sumati and the mother of Muhammad will also have peace as the name, meaning for his mother. But none of this essentially makes sense to how they're both the same. Even if they have this many similarities, there is a prophet and there's an incarnation, and they're clearly not the same. Even Deep Jaiswal has told in his video about how this absolutely is just a garbage argument and how they're basically not the same. He also makes the argument that since Lord Kalki is the final incarnation at the end of Kali Yuga, if he already arrived and did all his righteous work, then there would probably already be goodness and righteousness, pure goodness all around the world. Since that has not happened yet, and Satyuga, not Kali Yuga is still going on, the world is not either transitioning to a completely perfect age after the end of an evil age, nor is it perfectly good right now. There's clearly a lot of evil you can see is happening. Therefore, it's clear that that he's not Kalki. That itself proves that Muhammad is not Kalki. He has not brought upon pure goodness in the world. I still don't understand how people can make arguments like this.
So this prophecy of Kalki Avatar, the last and final messenger, befits no one but the last and final messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
पैगंबर में और अवतार में अंतर होता है. अवतार भगवान का होता है, भगवान स्वयं आते हैं एक डिफरेंट रूप में, और पैगंबर मतलब प्रॉफिट मतलब मैसेंजर होता है जो भगवान के द्वारा भेजा जाता है. तो भगवान कल्कि और प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद में कंपेयर ही क्यों कर रहे हो? दो डिफरेंट पर्सनैलिटीज हैं. मान लिया प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद ही कल्कि अवतार थे, तो कल्कि अवतार का जो धर्म है, जो कर्म होगा, वो संसार में सत्युग रीटैब्लिश करना होगा. हुआ क्या? हो गया. काफी अच्छा है भाई साहब, मजा आ रहा है. आप तो खुद अपने ही पैगंबरों के ऊपर सवाल उठा रहे हो, डाउट क्रिएट करा रहे हो, इतने बड़े स्टेज पे इस्लाम का प्रमोशन कर रहे हो इस तरीके से.
By the time the age of Kali ends, the bodies of all creatures will be greatly reduced in size, and the religious principles of followers of Varnashrama will be ruined. The path of the Vedas will be completely forgotten in human society, and so-called religion will be mostly atheistic. The kings will mostly be thieves. The occupations of men will be stealing, lying, and needless violence, and all the social classes will be reduced to the lowest levels of Shudras. Cows will be like goats. Spiritual hermitages will be no different from mundane houses, and family ties will extend no further than the immediate bonds of marriage. Most plants and herbs will be tiny, and all trees will appear like dwarf semi-trees. Clouds will be full of lightning, homes will be devoid of piety, and all human beings will have become like asses. At that time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear on the earth, acting with the power of pure spiritual goodness. He will rescue eternal religion. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all moving and non-moving living beings, and the supreme soul of all, takes birth to protect the principles of religion and to revive his saintly devotees from the reactions of material work. Shloka 18. Lord Kalki will appear in the home of the most eminent Brahmana of Sambala village, the great soul Vishnuyasa. Lord Kalki the Lord of the universe, will mount his swift horse Devadatta and sword in hand travel over the earth, and exhibiting his 8 mystic opulences and 8 special qualities of Godhead, displaying his unequaled effulgence, and riding with great speed, he will kill by the millions those thieves who have dared dressed as kings. After all the impostor kings have been killed, the residents of the cities and towns will feel the breezes carrying the most sacred fragrance of sandalwood paste and other decorations of Lord Vasudeva, and their minds will thereby become transcendently pure. When Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in their hearts in his transcendental form of goodness, the remaining citizens will abundantly repopulate the earth. When the Supreme Lord has appeared on earth as Kalki, the maintainer of religion, Satya Yuga will begin, and human society will bring forth progeny in the mode of goodness. When the moon, the sun, and Brahaspati are together in the constellation Karkata, and all three enter simultaneously into the lunar mansion Pushya, at that exact moment, the age of Satya or Krita will begin. Thus I have described all the kings, past, present, and future, who belong to the dynasties of the sun and the moon. So that is, sorry I wasn't able to fully read the entire scripture without any problems, but that over there was the exact same chapter 2 of the 12th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, or the Bhagavat Purana as it's also known as, by that of which Zakir Naik had quoted to say that the Kalki avatar has this and that and this kind of mother, this kind of father with this name, and therefore they're the same as Muhammad. From that exact same chapter of that exact same canto, you can learn about exactly how the scriptures have described what will happen in the end of the age of the Kali Yuga, the current age going on. And by the end of the age of Kali Yuga, what all will humanity be like and what all will happen. And at that exact point of time, Lord Vishnu will be born as Kalki Avatar. At the end of the age of Kali Yuga, the world will be full of just evil and deterioration. Everyone will be dumb and everyone will act on evil, and there will be nothing more than just a pure, it won't be good at all. Okay? However, during this time, there will be a sage named Vishnuyas, whose son Kalki will be born, and he will kill all the kings, all the thieves who are dressed as kings, and he will destroy them all and make everybody good again, and then they will all repopulate, and that will make the next yuga the Satya Yuga, the age of pure goodness. Okay? Now, of course, this is not meant to be taken fully literally, as first of all, it is also mentioned that in the age of Kali Yuga, there is a demon currently ruling over all of us in the age of Kali Yuga called the Kali Purusha. This is like the equivalent of the devil or Satan in Christianity, or Angra Mainyu in Zoroastrianism. This demon is ruling over all of us and taking us to the path of sin or evil. And he's only there in the age of Kali Yuga because he's the master of the current age. Kind of like what Satan does in Christianity to people, or Angra Mainyu does to people in Zoroastrianism. Similarly, during the age of Kali Yuga, and only in this age, the Kali Purusha will do the same thing to us. Now, much like how in the end of the age of... So, of course, this demon is going to make everybody, not just the kings, everybody evil. First of all, there is no kings left. Humanity is in democracy right now. And at the end of Kali Yuga, I don't even think there'll be this. I don't even think there'll be any presidents or prime ministers left, much less kings. There'll probably be complete anarchy and chaos. Everyone will be pure evil. Kalki Bhagwan will kill all human beings and possibly even destroy the entire earth because of all the chaos and destruction that has happened. The earth itself will probably be recreated and then slowly and slowly it'll be matched to how it was like in the Satya Yuga, and then all four pillars of Dharma will return. And currently we only have one pillar of Dharma left in Kali Yuga, and even that will be destroyed at the end in Gaur Kali Yuga, when human beings will be cannibals, they say, and acid rain will form. That is just the beginning until the end of all human times, at full evil and chaos, and all human beings will be pure evil, probably even the children. Okay? During this time, the dark demon Kali will come, and he will rule over us all. Only the people of a specified city of Shambhala will have any goodness left in them. And of them, only one, named Vishnuyas. He's kind of going to be the Noah. Okay, and his son, who will be the Kalki Avatar, will kill everyone. Every last human being, because all of them will be pure evil. Okay? Actually, I don't even think the people of Shambhala will be very good. Even in Shambhala, I think it'll just be Vishnuyas, his wife, and his kids. And his youngest son will be Kalki, who will kill everybody and destroy the entire earth and just make the whole world back to goodness again. So basically that's what's actually going to happen. Along with destroying the earth, before destroying the earth, and after killing all the people, it is said that he will have an entire powerful war against the Kali Purush. A few human beings, the Chiranjeevis, will still be left good. All the mortal human beings, though, even the children and up till adults, and there'll be no government left, it'll be pure anarch chaos. They will all be pure evil. Okay, and during this time, a huge demon, sort of like Satan in Christianity, or Angramanyu in Zoroastrianism, Kali Purusha, the lord of the current age of Kali Yuga, probably the one that was described as Lucifer or Satan in the Bible and in the Torah, or as Angramanyu in the Zendavesta. He will come out, and he will have an entire army of many demons, Koka and Vikoka, and all different other demons will follow him and be his servants. During this time, Lord of Kalki, along with Ashwatthama, along with, what's his name again, Lord Hanuman, and Parshuram, and many other, and Vibhishan, of course, and I think Sage Kripacharya, and all the other Chiranjeevis will come together and fight against the evil Kali Purush and all of his many different evil minions. They will kill all the people of the earth and all the demons of Kali Purush and destroy the earth. And then they will recreate the next age of Satya Yuga. Okay? Similar to Jesus Christ killing Satan in his next coming and bringing all people to heaven and destroying the earth in Revelation, or the earth being destroyed and everyone go to heaven and hell after Soshant comes down and kills Angramanyu in the end times according to the Zendavesta. Similarly to that, or in Ragnarok, in the end, Surtur will come out and he will be killed. The Surtur, the Angramanyu, the Satan in this story, this version of the story, is Kali Purush. He will be killed, and only after that will humanity ever be able to be good again, and the next Satya Yuga or Krita Yuga will come. Okay? So we cannot take it so literally like when Lord Kalki comes, he'll just kill a bunch of kings and that's all that will happen, and then all the human beings that are still alive, they will be perfectly good again, and the world and Ganga Nadi will come back, because it said that Ganga river will leave the earth at the end of Kali Yuga because of how sinful it will be. All the things that will happen, so many things will leave, and the world will become so depraved, and in one instant the world will become completely good again. As if like how Simba killing Scar, all he needed to do was kill Scar, and then the whole Pride Lands became very flourishing and wonderful again. It won't be like that. The world will be very destroyed. He'll basically need to destroy the earth and recreate a new earth. That's at least what I believe. So we cannot take it too literally, because if what the scriptures are saying, because in that case, where the heck are the kings? All I'm saying is prime ministers and presidents. And most likely in the end of the Kali Yuga, or in Gaur Kali Yuga, based on a lot of other mentionings, humanity will be full of only anarchy and chaos. There will be no government itself left. It'll be lawless, pure evil. So how does it make sense that there will be any kings? Okay? There aren't even any kings left in this stage of Kali Yuga. Just elected officials. So we cannot take that so literally. But the main point here is that what Deep Jaiswal is saying is, if Prophet Muhammad really is the Kalki avatar, he really is Bhagwan Kalki, then a few things I'd like to say. Just because he was on a white horse and held a sword, he did that to walk through the entire universe and see everything according to the Quran. Did he do it to kill Iblis or any other, or the Dajjal, or a demon that is the supreme causer of all evil and sin in all of the world? Did he kill him and then restore goodness, a pure goodness throughout the world, kill all human beings, destroy the earth, and then make a new world? Are we currently living in the new world after the 7th century Arabian caravan destroyed the whole universe? Jesus was in the previous earth. We are currently living in a new earth. And if you look around, it's clearly not purely good. Okay? So, there's absolutely nothing that makes sense about this. This itself is a good argument to say Kalki and Muhammad clearly are not the same. Kalki will come in a similar manner in a white horse and a sword to the second coming of Jesus, or to Sushant. He will kill a demon who is currently the reason for all the evil that's happening in the world, all the evil that's currently happening, all the big bad sins and stuff, like the world wars and the genocides and the Holocaust and everything else that's happened bad so far. He will kill the evil demon and save the world. He will become the creator of the next age of gold, all of which Muhammad never did. So that itself proves that this is wrong, and I'd just like to also mention one last thing before ending the video, which is that even if anyone was to successfully prove that Kalki and Muhammad are the same, how does that make sense for spreading Islam? I would just like to state that Muhammad Kalki being Muhammad just makes Muhammad a Hindu god. But that doesn't mean that there's the other gods, Lord Ram and other Lord Krishna, are fake. They never existed. And just because Muhammad is Kalki, that doesn't make Islam the true religion. Because that in fact just makes Hinduism right even for Islam. So that really does not prove anything in favor of Islam. If Kalki is Muhammad, all that there is the one of the prophets or one of the avatars is one of the gods in Hinduism. But the other gods are everyone else. The Quran is just a description of one of the avatars of Lord Vishnu. So it's just one version or sect of Hinduism. That is all. That's all it proves. It proves nothing against Hinduism or truly in favor of Islam. So, or at least nothing against Hinduism being the right religion and Islam certainly being the right religion. Okay? Therefore, Muslims are kind of wasting their time with this. So even if there's a possibility, because of course he's not come down, killed any big demon, killed all of human beings in the world, and then destroyed the earth and recreated it. Muhammad never did that. So that itself makes him not Kalki. But even if he was, that doesn't really help the people of Islam. So that is all. My name is Tarun Venkatraman. I am Draco Blaze, and I will see you all later. I hope you all liked this video. I hope you'll all subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button to get more updates on the fam squad and cool content on here. And yeah, if y'all want more cool catchy content, then please share the video as well. And I will see you all later. Bye.
Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else do.